Rob here at etrailer.com, and today you're going to be taking a look at the CURT Class 3 custom fit trailer hitch receiver on our 2019 Nissan Frontier. So here's what our hitch is going to look like once we have it installed. The cross tube is going to be pretty well hidden behind the bumper. It's going to sit back a little bit, and the main thing we're going to see is that receiver tube sticking out. Now, since it's a Class 3, it is going to give us that 2" by 2" receiver tube opening and have the widest variety of options when it comes to what we can actually mount up and use our hitch for. If we want to take a bike ride, we can put a bike rack in there, free up some space inside the cabin and bed of our truck, put a cargo carrier back here, or if we have some really long gear that we need to carry, we put a bed extender in there, or we can use a ball mount to move a trailer, jet ski trailer, or boat trailer. Whatever the case is, we're going to use the hitch pin hole here on the side of our hitch to mount all of our accessories. Our hitch is going to accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip. Now, these are not included with the hitch, but you can pick them up here at etrailer.com, along with some locking devices to make sure all your accessories are secure, and anti-rattle devices that'll cut down on that rattling noise when we're driving down the road. Now, if you are going to be towing a trailer, you obviously need a spot to hook up your safety chains. We're going to have a loop-style connection point welded at the bottom of the receiver tube, and we'll have plenty of room for most size hooks. Whether it be the small hooks like this, we'll have plenty of room to get them hooked on or take them off, as well as some of those oversized hooks. We'll have plenty of room to get those hooked on or take them off. Now, as far as the weight rating goes, our hitch is going to have a 500-pound tongue weight. That's going to be the maximum downward pressure at the end of the receiver tube. To put that in perspective, we'll be able to carry 4 or 5 bikes no problem and really maximize the carrying capacity of those really large cargo carriers. Now, as far as the gross trailer weight rating goes, our hitch is going to be rated at 5,000 pounds. That's how much it can pull, but that does include the trailer and everything we have loaded on it. Now, it is designed to work with weight distribution systems as well. That's going to be a separate component that's mounted on your trailer. However, that's going to bump the tongue weight up to 800 pounds and the gross trailer weight rating up to 8,000 pounds. But you want to keep in mind, you do want to double check your Frontier's owner's manual, because that's the rating for the hitch, and we don't want to exceed the manufacturer's rating for the car, so we want to go with the lowest rating of each. Now, I'd like to give you a few measurements, and these are going to help you out when you're looking for accessories for your new hitch, like a ball mount, a bike rack, or even a cargo carrier. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost edge of the bumper is right about 4 inches. Now, that measurement's going to help you when you're looking at folding accessories to make sure you have enough room to put them in the upright stored position and they're not going to make contact with the rear bumper. From the ground to the inside top edge of the receiver tube opening is right about 18 inches. Now, that measurement is going to help you out when you're looking for a ball mount, so you can make sure you find the appropriate rise or drop to match up to your trailer. But now that we've seen what our hitch looks like and gone over some of the features, let's walk through the installation together. To begin our installation, we want to come to the back of our Frontier, and we're going to come underneath the rear so we can see and get access to the rear frame rail. We're going to go ahead and point out the mounting locations for our hitch. They're both going to be the same on each side. So right at the bottom of the frame rail, we'll have 3 threaded holes. Those are the 3 holes that our hitch is going to go into. But before we raise our hitch up, what I like to do to make sure that it's not going to cross thread is I'm going to take a little bit of spray lubricant. I'm going to spray it inside each one of the weld nuts. Then I'm going to come back with a nylon brush, clean it out, make sure there's no dirt, debris, or rust in there, so we don't have to worry about the bolts cross threading. So I'm going to go through and clean each one of the weld nuts out on both sides of the frame. And it's not a bad idea to grab one of the new bolts from your kit and just make sure that you can easily thread it in by hand. But while we have our hardware here, I'll go over the combination that we're going to use to hold our hitch up. We're going to grab one of our new bolts. We'll follow it up with a conical tooth washer. There's little teeth on there. You want to make sure those are facing up towards the frame rail or away from the head of the bolt. Line up our hitch with the threaded holes. We'll go through the hitch and then secure everything down to the frame. And it's going to be the same combination for all 3 holes on each side of the frame. Now, with an extra set of hands, we're going to lift our hitch up. We'll line up the holes at the bottom of the frame with the holes in the bottom of the hitch. Then we're going to take our new bolt and a conical tooth washer. We want to get it at least started by hand, one of them on each side. That way the hitch will support itself, but we can work on getting the rest of the hardware in place. You want to come back with either a 19mm socket or a 3/4 inch socket and tighten up all your hardware. You want to make sure you come back with a torque wrench, and you're going to torque all your hardware down to the specified amount in the instructions. You want to make sure you go back and repeat that for all your remaining hardware. Once you have your last bolt torqued down, that'll finish up your installation and your look at the CURT Class 3 Custom Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver on our 2019 Nissan Frontier.